Please stand for the national anthem and remain standing for the school song. You may be seated. Honored guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the commencement ceremony of Union High School's class of 2020. I am Mrs. Amy Kane, and in Union High School's principal. It is my honor to welcome you to this memorable event. Well, graduates, the night you've spent so many years waiting for has finally arrived. Although I'm positive that it didn't arrive in the way you'd always dreamed about. Most seniors, I imagine, do not anticipate state shutdowns, social distancing, or a global pandemic interfering with one of the most monumental experiences of their lives to date. The band, One Republic, recently released a song called Better Days. The lyrics seem particularly appropriate for the emotions that many of us may have felt lately. These clouds, they won't go away. Every day is like another storm. I'm just trying not to go insane. I can only imagine that every day has felt like a storm for your class as you collectively held your breaths to see whether any of those special moments that you've been waiting so long for would even be possibility. The speaker of the song goes on to talk about how he can feel that the sunshine is about to come our way, about how he hopes we will never, ever have to shed another tear for today, because there will be better days. This all sounds great in theory, but in this moment, it might be difficult to just look forward to better days. And that is totally and completely understandable. Your class and our nation have experienced way too many things. We have seen way too many tremendous losses, and that should not be minimized. However, in so many ways, we have seen acts of courageous heroism emerge from the fear that initially gripped us all. We have watched in awe as healthcare workers literally risk their lives to save others. We have watched grocers, truck drivers, and many others do the same to ensure that we continue to live relatively comfortable during this epidemic. Well, minus the toilet paper. We have watched educators creatively adapt to an entirely new system of teaching while maintaining the quality of instruction. We have watched your class come together to support, comfort, and encourage one another. So many industries and so many people have found a way to push forward despite the challenges this pandemic has presented. So while I agree that I hope better days are in our future, I also believe that this is a moment in time has demonstrated one of the great truths of humanity. In the midst of any battle, hope wins. Everyone gathered here tonight to help celebrate your accomplishments is evidence of this sentiment too. They have passionately advocated for you, encouraged you, challenged you, and hoped for you. Those people, the ones who have helped lead you to this pivotal point, must be recognized for their contributions to your successes. There are several groups of people that we are honored to have with us tonight. School board members, administrators, teachers, and staff members. These men and women have been your daily and personal supporters. They have tried their hardest to make sure that your journey through school has been exciting, challenging, and memorable. Would all of these people please stand to be recognized? On behalf of the graduates, thank you. Perhaps most importantly, your parents have been essential contributors to your education and to your life. Their sacrifices may have often gone unnoticed, and yet their support for you never wavered. Graduates, please stand, face the audience, and show your appreciation for your parents with a standing ovation. The same sentiments could be used to express the thanks for one other group of men and women. The members of our armed forces make it possible for us to be here tonight, celebrating this event in a free and united nation. So many have sacrificed their own lives to maintain our country's ideals and beliefs. I would ask that we observe a moment of silence in honor of the heroic men and women who have lost their lives to preserve and protect all of us. Thank you. At this time, I would also like to recognize the graduates here tonight that have made a decision to devote their lives to this same cause and have enlisted in the armed forces. When I read your name, please stand and remain standing to be recognized. Luke Aldridge, Army. He is currently at basic training. Austin Borgman, U.S. Air Forces. Dalton Brewer, Army. Mercedes Donley, Navy. Chase Rappy, Army. He is also currently at basic training. Jeffrey Connor Ward, Navy. Let's honor these individuals for their willingness to serve our country by giving them a round of applause. Thank you. We are gathered here tonight to celebrate your achievements and your honors and honor the memories you have created here together. Your class has known great successes and great joys, but unfortunately, your class has also experienced sorrow. On March 10th, 2020, Jacob Schaefer-Cutter passed away. On this night and always, we will remember him and keep his family in our thoughts. Let us please observe a moment of silence in honor of Jacob. Thank you. There is one other song that has caught my eye in the past few weeks. The song is by Pitbull, and each time I hear it, I am reminded of your class and of our nation's fighting spirit. The song is based on the same cheer that I've heard you shout from the stands in support of your in support of your teammates. I believe that we can win. At one point in the song, he says, when things get tough, that's when we show up. That's when we show out, and that's when we show you all. And you have, class of 2020, you have not only shown up, you have proven that you can take on any challenge you may face, even in a global pandemic. Now, I have a favor to ask of you. Will you indulge me one last time by joining together as a class and repeat after me? I believe. I believe that. I believe that we can win. That we can win. I believe that we can win. I believe that we can win. Thank you, guys. I never dreamed I would say this, particularly as a part of a graduation address, but Pitbull, also known as Mr. Worldwide, may say it best. When it comes to fear, you can either forget everything and run, or you can face everything and rise. Class of 2020, continue to face everything and rise. Congratulations, and again, welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2020.
Hello, everyone. Long time no see. I am Alex Scharfenberg, and it is my honor as senior class president to welcome you to the long-anticipated graduation ceremony of the class of 2020. Now, I know that there have been a lot of twists and turns in the past few months, but we made it. Thank you all for coming to such a special event. Family, friends, teachers, honored guests, thank you. To my fellow seniors, teachers, friends, family, and anyone else in attendance, thank you. Your support as friends, parents, and mentors got us to this stage today. Thank you for everything that all of you do. We are all so grateful. Thank you for coming, and we would like to welcome you to our ceremony tonight. In addition to welcoming everyone to the ceremony, I was given the honor of presenting the class of 2020's gift to UHS. Our class has decided to get interactive TVs for the hallways that display information such as scholarships, events, and more for students to access. Finally, I am here to introduce our honored guest of the night. These individuals seated behind me do more behind the scenes than we will ever know. They are what keeps this school together, especially in hard times like these. I would like to take this time to introduce tonight's platform guests. Please stand to be recognized. Dr. Virgil Wiedemann, President of the Union RXI School Board. Mrs. Karen Tucker, Board Vice President. Mr. Aaron Bockhorst, Board Member. Mr. Matt Borgman, Board Member. Mrs. Christy Eads, Board Member. Mr. Ben Fox, Board Member. Mrs. Amy Hall, Board Member. Dr. Steve Weinhold, Superintendent of Schools. Dr. Scott Hayes, Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction. Dr. Mike Mabe, Assistant Superintendent of School Operations. Dr. Justin Tart, Executive Director of Human Resources. Mr. Dan Ridgway, Director of Athletics and Facilities. Mrs. Amy Kane, Principal. Mrs. Marky Lampkin, Assistant Principal. And Mr. Josh Hall, Assistant Principal. We would like to thank all of you for your tremendous work on behalf of the students of Union High School. I would like to ask everyone to stand and give a huge round of applause for everyone in attendance tonight. Honored guests, staff members, family, friends, and graduates. A quote by C.S. Lewis states, Hardships often prepare ordinary people for extraordinary situations. And that's what I believe has been done to the class of 2020. We have so many bright people in our class, and we have a bright future ahead of us. Thank you all. We may be leaving, but I can tell you that now that this is not the last of the class of 2020. We're just getting started. Penny for thought. Please enjoy the ceremony.
Thank you, Alex. Good evening and welcome. As a proud USA alumni of Class of '84, it is my honor to recognize the top 10 students for the Class of 2020. But before that, I would like to thank all of you publicly for the patience during these difficult times you have shown the school board, the administration, and the district during these difficult times. So thank you all, senior class, and parents and community. Thank you. Now for the top 10. These are in no order. Please stand. We'll hold our applause till the end and give a big round of applause for all 10 of them. Miranda Blankenship. Lauren Boyd. We almost did that. Lauren Boyd. Grace Coppinger. Colton Duvall. Xavier Gobble. Austin Griffin. Mackenzie Hughes. Amanda Langford, Andrew Morrow, Jacob Novak. That's your 2020 top 10. Congratulations, all of you. Oh. And we have a quite change there. Now they tell me we're supposed to come up and get a medal, so come on up. Let's start with Miranda. This is the class that was a little different this year, so. Grace Coppinger. Now you guys get your name announced twice. It's all right. Just run in the back of my car. Thank you very much. Xavier Gobble. Amanda Langford. Mackenzie Hughes. Lauren Boyd. Jacob Novak. Andrew Morrow. Colton Duvall. Austin Griffin. Congratulations, all of you.
Good afternoon. My name is Austin Griffin, and I am the senior class secretary. Union High School adopted the Laude system 2 years ago, and it serves to honor a wide range of individuals for the coursework they take and reward those students who take both honors and advanced placement courses. The Laude system reaches this goal by honoring students with one of 3 levels based on their grade point average. All students who fall into the first level, the cum laude category, are wearing black and white cords today. To reach this goal, they had to maintain a grade point average between 3.5 and 3.99 throughout high school. Will all of the cum laude graduates please stand? Cum laude graduates, please be seated. The second level is composed of students who maintained a grade point average between 4.0 and 4.19. They are known as magna cum laude and are distinguished by red and white cords today. Will all of the magna cum laude please stand? Magna cum laude graduates, please be seated. The final level Union High School recognized is composed of students who maintained a grade point average of 4.2 or higher, and these students are known as summa cum laude, and they are distinguished by the red and black cords that they wear today. Will all the summa cum laude graduates please stand? Summa cum laude graduates, please be seated. Each of these students has spent countless nights toiling over their work to achieve what they have today. For that, I thank all of you for giving me the pleasure of graduating alongside you.
Everyone has at least one person that they turn to for everything, whether it be good or bad. My brother, Matthew, is that person for me. He's been there for everything, no matter the situation. Therefore, when he left for boot camp a few years ago, it was really hard. However, I ended up learning 2 of my greatest life lessons during this time. During his training, Matthew ended up getting stress fractures in both his legs, causing him to have to take some recovery time. But if anyone here knows Matthew, they know exactly how stubborn and persistent he can be. Therefore, he cut his recovery time short so he could come home sooner. The only training he had left to complete was the Crucible to be able to earn his title as a United States Marine. For those who aren't familiar, the Crucible is a 54-hour-long trial that consists of each person traveling 48 miles with 45 pounds of gear, completing 36 different warrior stations and 29 team-building exercises, while only getting 6 hours of sleep and 2 MREs. When Matthew told us about his experiences during the Crucible, I couldn't believe how much he pushed through the pain and still persevered. I remember one specific part of the story when Matthew said they were coming up one of their last hills and one of his buddies noticed Matthew slowing down. Instead of leaving Matthew behind, his buddy grabbed Matthew's backpack and helped push him up the hill. After hearing about these experiences, I learned 2 very vital life lessons. 1, no matter what obstacles you have to face, never give up, ever. 2, it's okay to need a little shove every now and then. We can't face everything alone. Class of 2020, we have been put to the ultimate test this year. However, from our experiences, we learned the same 2 lessons. We never gave up, no matter what was thrown at us. We're here today, aren't we? And none of us had to do it alone. In the time of a crisis, we came together, and we're coming out stronger together. Now we can take these lessons with us into our futures. Although we're all going to be taking separate paths after this, we can all use these lessons. So, class of 2020, the next time you're down on your luck, remember these words. Don't you ever give up, and never feel weak for needing a little extra shove to make it through.
As many of you know, I'm rather uncoordinated, so sports are not my thing. However, cheering in the stands for the past 4 years made some of my favorite memories. This year we faced off against Borgia, screamed until our voices gave out, rattled pans and cowbells, and watched the clock tick down until victory. We sent our girls' soccer team to state with exuberant cheers and prideful smiles. And we watched each other fight over the last paper square during assembly scavenger hunts. As great as these moments were, my favorite memories had to come from the basketball season. You would be hard-pressed to find a more enthusiastic or energetic pep band. We loved every minute of every game. Towards the end of the season, several alumni came to join us in cheering on our boys. I admittedly don't remember their names, but they played with us as if we'd known each other for years. Additionally, 7 harmonicas were handed out amongst the saxophone section. Every few songs, we left our saxes by the wayside and very, very poorly, I might add, buzzed out a tune on our harmonicas instead. During halftime, Mr. Rice and a sophomore from the pep band participated in the halftime shootout. None of us had ever cheered quite that loudly, nor had we heard a symphony of harmonicas be as enthusiastic as when we played them then. There is no ending to the story. It's just a snapshot of one of the hundreds of memories I've made here at UHS. But I have noticed one common factor in all of these stories. People. Some I know well and some I don't know at all, but people. Us. Together we made these memories and made this time special. These moments are plentiful because each of us has formed a cohesive community around each other. We are about to leave this building and this period of our lives, but we are not leaving this community. We will continue to support each other in this next phase. And in that phase, we will also create new communities. And those memories will compile and grow just like the ones we have here. So class of 2020, lean on others and allow yourself to be open to this new change. But also remember that while these times are fleeting, the people are not gone. Even though those people may not be physically here with us anymore, their echoed existence will always linger. If we listen closely, we can find it in the faint sounds of a harmonica as we walk the city streets, in amphitheater applause or stadium shouts, and in the laughter shared between friends. They will always be there. We just have to know where to find them. Thank you.
A few years ago, my family and I went to Universal Studios, a theme park in Florida. Just a typical summer vacation. My family has always loved roller coasters. Well, everyone except me. It's probably because my parents forced me to ride Mount Everest as a kid, the biggest roller coaster in Disney World. But I hyped myself up and decided to see this trip as an opportunity to try and overcome my fear of roller coasters. Then I saw the Hulk, a huge ride with so many brutally sharp turns, I got anxious just standing near it. When my family asked if I was up for it, I said, "You guys go ahead, I'll wait here." So I found a spot on the ground to sit and watch the ride. I watched for a minute, but my stomach told me that wasn't the best idea. Then we got to the mummy. It seemed innocent, so I gave it a try. As soon as the wheels started turning, my skin got all clammy, and I had both hands clamped to the safety rail, prepared to jump out and get away. Fortunately, my family was there, holding my hand and supporting me, like a little kid. Eventually, the coaster ended, and I felt like a wimp. But now I could say I'd survived a roller coaster and taken the first big step. I kept on riding the virtual coasters the next few days. Those are the kiddie ones that barely move. As we were leaving the park, my dad asked me if I had any fun. I said, "The food was great." Everybody has dreams of what they want to do in their future. Sometimes those dreams are big and scary, like the Hulk, and you may want to clamp yourself into place and forget them. Or maybe you decide to get on the ride just to try and jump off halfway through. Whatever you do, just know that you will always have those people beside you that can hold your hand and guide you. Even though they could be far away, know that they want you to succeed at your dreams and will always support you along the way. So dream, and remember that life may have its ups and downs, but you will always have people beside you to keep you on the tracks and headed in the right direction.
Growing up as the youngest with 3 older siblings, I watched them all count down the days to graduation. I watched their excitement as they spent those final days doing fun things like the senior barbecue, scholarship night, and the awards assembly. I also watched them say their last goodbyes. While I have never been excited to say goodbye to UHS, I knew there was no way to keep that day from eventually coming. So I prepared myself for how hard it would be. Little did I know, the hardest part would be not getting the opportunity to make those memories and say those goodbyes. Thoughts of what possibly would not happen filled my mind. Not making memories, dancing at prom, enjoying one last meal with friends at the senior barbecue, or feeling proud of my peers at scholarship night. I want to be able to make those everyday memories walking down the halls, having to run to get to class on time, or hanging out in the library half the day without ever reading a single book. I was angry for days until I read a quote from Rachel Martin, the NPR contributor and host of Morning Edition. Sometimes you have to let go of the picture of what you thought life would be like and learn to find joy in the story you're actually living. As the class of 2020, we're actually living in historical times. It is a time that has taught us that life is not always going to go our way. Over the last 4 years, we have all had ups and downs. But through those ups and downs, Union High School has prepared us for whatever we picture next, whether that be attending college, trade school, entering the military, or forging straight into the workforce. Sometimes, life will throw us something that we have not expected and have no control over. In those times, we have 2 choices. We can focus on our old black and white picture and look at all the negatives in life, or we can look for joy and vivid colors of our current picture, then take a new picture and continue to live our lives. So class of 2020, let's take a moment and focus on all the joy we have found here at UHS over the last 4 years. Let those memories inspire us to find joy in the rest of our story.
Good evening, and welcome to the class of 2020 commencement ceremony. I am Caleb Johnson, the vice president of the class of 2020. Being a part of this school has blessed us with opportunities that have changed our lives. We, as a class, walked into this big, strange building, unfamiliar with each other. And now, here we are, standing by one another. We know all the students in this room. We become a family. And our family would like to give a special thanks to the community and the school organization that has pushed us past our limits and helped us define who we are. Whether it was giving money for scholarships, clubs, or other activities, our community has been beside us our entire journey. Thus, I would like to announce that in total, our community has donated $1.5 million towards our students' scholarships. This money serves as an assistance to advancing our future education and life goals. School organizations have also played a major role in defining who we are. I could attest to their impact. And as I look around, I could see the impact of these organizations on every student here. So, speaking for our class, I would like to take this moment to express our class's gratitude and appreciation both for financial and emotional support provided through our school's organization and the many community leaders who gave up time and money to make a difference in our life. The class of 2020 has grown to be a family, and we are glad that our community is a part of it. We could repay this kindness by promising to be the best person we could be, by challenging ourselves to the extreme, and by showing perseverance in the face of turmoil. From our Wildcat family to yours, thank you.
Good evening. My name is Virgil Wiedemann, and it is my honor to be the current president of the Union Board of Education. I am honored to serve on that board with 6 very distinguished people. And I've actually been a member of the board for a number of years that some of you may be aware of. But I have to tell you that the people that we have in this school district currently are the best that I've ever seen. We have never had a staff that's as dedicated to the students and the education of those students as the ones that are here today. I think the whole community should be very proud of them. I certainly am. And more to the point, there's a staff that's more personal to you, has been there for you for the last 4 years. So at this time, I'd like for the teachers, administrators, the staff of Union High School, please stand and be recognized by our senior graduating class. Thank you. Now, we've heard some speeches from classmates, and they were all very excellent. Some made some very, very good points. I just have one for you to remember, and it's one that you already did. Wherever you go or whatever you do, there are going to be people that help you along the way. My point is, don't forget to say thank you to the people that help you along the way. With that, let's get this thing going.
Seniors, please rise. I certify that this group of seniors has met the requirements of the state of Missouri and Union R11 School District. Seniors, you may be seated.
I truly wish you guys could all be standing right here and seeing what I'm seeing right now, because this is truly an awesome spectacle. Nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. At this time, the graduates will be participating in the Parade of Celebration, the Walk of Hallelujah, or as I like to call it, the world's longest catwalk. The parade will loop around the audience on my left and head towards the stage. Upon receiving the diploma here, the graduates will then exit in a similar fashion around the audience to my right before heading back to their seats. We want to give our honored guests the opportunity to receive the recognition they all deserve. As the graduates strut their stuff, feel free to wave, take pictures, or blow kisses. You know, all the humiliating things 18-year-olds love to receive from their parents. It is my honor to introduce to you the first, and maybe only ever, Union High School Parade of Celebration.
Taylor Davis. Samantha Cherie Updegraff. Caden John Wren. Matthew K. Rydell. Caleb Dylan Mabe. Sydney Renee Eads. Riley Dawn Schindler. Carrie Lynn Ferris. Colton Bryce Cummings. Colton Robert Johnson. Austin Keith Campbell. Andriana Grace Ciara Matero. Alexis Lynn Lentz. Summer Marie Frost. Dustin Lee Vance. Logan Scott Meesey. Corbin Isaiah Grapes. Dalton Dwayne Brewer. Justin Andrew Owens. Gavin David Fogg. Zachary Gresham. Jocelyn Nicole Coyle. Blake Christopher Fiedler. Matilda Grace Eckstein. Abigail Marie Eckstein. Melanie Christina Adkins. Carrie Marie Steele. Nicole Elizabeth Bowen. Andrew Philip Clemmy. Riley Brandon Como. Brian Jordan Daniel Como. Lucas Ryan Schatzler. Cheyenne Nicole Atwood. Brooke Lynn Gruss. Zoe Olivia Eckelkamp. Rebecca Ann Sieber. Julia Rose Shiniz Zahn. Allison Dorothea Hayes. Hannah Marie Alonzo. Mercedes Elise Donnelly. Hannah Elizabeth King. Caroline Marie Dunn. Izzy Morgan Pruitt. Jasmine Sky Bradley. Matthew Thomas Ellison. Destiny Renee Hartman. Chloe Eliana Dismang. Justin Haynes Reagan. Kelsey Ann Hardister. Mackenzie Lynn Hughes. Lauren Marie Boyd. Caitlin Marie Rosa. Andrew Tyler Guerra. Abigail Jane Culpepper. Jacob A. LaRoe. Maya B. Wisenton. Madison Page Maxwell. Hannah Elizabeth Summers. Ava Marie Munzik. Haley Rebecca Kent. Danielle Sue Girding. Marissa Christine Helling. Caitlin Elizabeth Salzman. Jim Wayne Talley. Maximus Michael Jones. Blaine Gregory Apperson. Natalie Rose Voss. Haley Marie Brown. James Edward D'Onofrio. Brandon Michael Scott. Dayton Matthew Guerin. Faith Ann Kelly. Zach David Elias. Dylan Bradley Farrell. Madison Rose Struberg. Sierra Marie Johnson. Sarah Elizabeth Cruel. Austin Daniel Borgman. Destiny Maria Lynn Bush. Emma Claire Schoonover. Paige Elizabeth Schoonover. Clayton Michael Campbell. Taylor Nicole Key. Caden Thomas Hughes. Kane Andrew Griffin. Derek Andrew Halsey. Matthew David Bray. Peyton Alexander Burke. Chase McKay Mailer. Keaton Boyd. Joseph Michael Laval. Josie Elizabeth Lousy. Natalie Joe Heyer. Gracie Jane Sperry. Madison Rose Cermak. Grace Elizabeth Coppinger. Kenneth Wayne Frew. Nicholas Franklin Lichtefeld. Timothy Mark Long. Emily Rose Thompson. Alexander Lee Scharfenberg. Colton Matthew Duvall. Madeline Rose Morgan. Miranda Marie Blankenship. Jacob Stephan Novak. Dante Christopher Ray Smith. Christine Hervey. Amanda Rose Langford. Chase Michael Rappy. His diploma is being accepted by his mother, Bethany Cornwell, since Chase is at basic training. Gracie Ella Moss. Shelby Faye Lewis. Molly Ellen Mannion. Emily Nicole Spear. Joseph James Wells. Andrew Edward Bay. Caleb Stephen Meyer. Isaac Bobach. Cole Robert Scott. Tyler Aaron Bockhorst. Alyssa Marie Beatty. Robert Thomas Struby. Cody Allen Meyerhofer. Kirk Lane George. Keegan Joseph Glosmeyer. Adam Jeffrey Fobian. Clayton Stephen Lashley. Seth Oldham. Adam Ryan Gerleman. Isaac Ryan Barnhart. Andrea Shapur. Shannon Owen Hurt. Dylan Douglas Habeberger. Maximilian August Schreck. Bryce Allen McLean. Caitlin Ashley Dodson. Evan Jacob Fruits. Ryan Roger Sutton. Curtis T. Joseph Feth. Taylor Nelson Aker. Hannah Elizabeth Martin. Summer Ray Darby. Heather Nicole Spear McDonald. Elena Rose Sternberg. David Allen Sternberg. Matthew Lawrence Strukoff. Taylor Nicole Reeser. Jeffrey Connor Ward. Kelsey Danielle McPherson. Kylie Grace Vaughter. Daviana Marie Aguilar. Emily Sue Hayes. Gavin Lee Pickard. Elizabeth Michelle Hartman. Garrett Michael Stemley. Savannah Marie Hanna. Sierra Elizabeth Mendenhall. Ella Beth Thompson. Megan Lynn Bell. Jordan A. Albert Ernst. Destiny Mae Crafton. Garrett Allen Nagel. Hunter James Graffrath. Christophe Poinsett. Xavier Gabriel Gobble. Caitlin Renee Tenney. Carrie Nicole Bonner. Cassandra Elizabeth Portell. Michaela Lynn Kelker. Brandon LaDon Brown. Joshua Alexander Wegescheid. Courtney Serena Davis. Henry Nathan Swallow III. Caitlin Marie Lefholtz. Amanda Ann Bush. Katrina Marie Moore. Sophie Grace Veeman. Rebecca Lander Kayabyab Metcalf. Ezekiel Charles Koch. David Dwayne Clark. Joseph Lee Sullivan. Braden Benjamin Harker. Destiny Hope Boehm. Lauren Michelle Piskey. Julia Trey Ballard. Christopher Allen Miller. Jared Michael Pope. Colin Michael Porter Harrington. Joshua Matthew Skiles. Carter Ryan Sickmeyer. Macy Elise Walbrecht. Samantha Renee Starling. Ashley Elizabeth Kottner. Josephine Hazel Haza. Grace Elizabeth Weiss. Erica Caitlin Tolke. Emily Ann Jane Young. Monica Brianne Kellerman. Mariah Corinne Espo. Carissa Cheyenne Bemis. Colton Joseph Fink. Riley Joe Holmes. Hannah Elizabeth Olive. Ronan Edward Strotman. Isaiah Patrick Helsher. Haley Ray Cloud. Austin Lucas Griffin. Emma Grace Rohan. Angelina Marie Bone Thompson. Josie Wright Granger. Gabrielle Lynn Storrell. Olivia Ray Wunderlich. Pauline Marie Waller. Elliot Michael Robinson. Caleb Ray Johnson. Andrew Bailey Morrow. Laura Anna Borgman. Jaden William Heron.
I'm going to go sit down.
All right, which side are y'all on here? I don't know. I don't think you guys have to leave. You know they're throwing their hats, right?
Huh?
You know they're throwing their hats.
Already?
Well, I'm just.
Okay. Do I say congratulations, seniors?
We're not seniors anymore.
Oh, congratulations. And I hear your classes.
Congratulations, you may leave your castles. You are officially Union High School alumni.
You're still walking.
Yeah, a whole football field. Actually, I love this setup though. Not the people on the
You should try to set it up.
Oh no, I'm good. No, I avoided this place at all costs because I knew I'd get sucked into it.
Yeah.
Haha.
Yeah. Did they already move their tassel? I don't think they have.
They might have.
Yeah, that's what I
I was
thought.
gonna say they might have for their picture down there, but I don't know if they told us to or
No.
not. We don't.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Go faster. So, look, guys, I don't care if they're your hats, and I really don't care if you have the confetti cannons, even though you're told not to. If you break out the silly string, my husband is going to lose his mind on all of it.
All of it. We're gonna lose our minds.
Oh, you can't getting that out of his turf would be.
I could only imagine. I got sprayed by it one year, and
too much
I had to
money.
throw my shirt away.
Right. It's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah. Been wedding photography for like 10 years. I tell them all the time, I'm like, do not do that unless you're gonna burn that dress when you're done. Don't.
Oh yeah,
And bubbles do the same thing. They
Yes,
stain
they
your dress.
they do.
Sucks. I was like, what am I supposed to do? I'm like, I don't know, feed the birds.
Bird seed, not rice.
Come on, Jaden. Hurry up, Jaden. Oh, I should have put white.
Seniors, can you stand and move your tassels over? You are officially Union R11 alumni. Congratulations.